Hi, Caleb with Brownells here. I'm back again with Andrew from SureFire, and in today's quick tip, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the X300 lights, specifically the A versus the B, and what the differences are. So, Andrew, take us through it.
Yeah. So this is a common question. We have two models of our X300, the UA model and the UB. So the differences are the attachment method. One of them, we'll start with the A. That makes the most sense alphabetically.
Sure.
The A has a spring plate on it. So basically this plastic plate that you see here, there's a spring that lies under it. To mount it on a firearm, you depress on both sides. There's tabs that protrude out the side. You depress those down and then you pull it off. To put it on similarly, you slide it on the front, and when it hits the notch, you just push down on them and then you can slide it on. So it's fairly easy and fast to slide it on and off different firearms. Depending on the gun, it can be, there's a little bit of play. Rail-to-rail specs are very, very different. So on this Glock 19, there's a little bit of play. It's not going to come off the gun, but that can annoy some people, and that's why the B model can be a better choice. But if you plan on taking it off and moving it from gun to gun because you shoot a bunch of different guns and you want to swap that weapon light around, the A can be a really good option for you. One thing to note is on both the A and the B models, there is different wedges or different sizes that fits different rails. So for instance, the universal rail is what ships on them, and that's most like M&Ps and Glocks and most common rails that are out there. But there are certain firearms that have a Picatinny, which is a little bit wider of a notch size rail, like this 2011 right here. And so for that, we have a plate for the UA that is marked P for Picatinny, and you have to swap out that plate for those guns. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's just these 3 Allen screws. It ships with both plates. You take that the stock plate off and you put the other Picatinny size plate on there. Talking about the B model, so this one is a thumb screw. It mounts via this screw on the side. Obviously, it's not as quick to put it on and take it off the firearm, but it's definitely going to be a little bit more secure as far as no possibility of having play rail to rail because of the specs are so different from gun to gun. Same thing though here, where there's a little wedge, we call it, that sits up in the top. That's interchangeable, and it comes with both the universal and the Picatinny, depending on what firearm you're mounting it to. So that's the quick kind of difference between the UA and the B. Depends on if you want it a little bit easier and quicker to take on and take off and swap between firearms, or if you want it to be a tiny bit more secure, the B might be a better option.
Yeah, and that's all really good info. I think that'll help a lot of people out there who are trying to select one of these lights and figuring out which one to get. I personally have an A that I swap between a VP9 and a SIG 226, and I don't have to change anything out. Fortunately, it's easy.
Sweet.
Just kind of set it and forget it type setup. Andrew, thanks for coming out. And if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.